Good morning everybody, and welcome to Magenta Shores again. I'm Scott Spence, golf professional. Today I want to do a very simple, or have a very simple conversation based around grip and how we hold the golf club. It's one of these things that I think in a lesson can sometimes be completely overlooked. But for me it's one of the most important parts of the whole golf game, is how you physically get your hands on this golf club. And how what you do to do that, so how you hold the club, how that can affect how you hit a golf shot. It's not just as simple as just putting the hands on the club and then, hoping that the ball's going to go where you want it to go. So hopefully I'm going to be able to illustrate that for you in a couple of different ways this morning, just to give you an idea. So obviously we have left-handers and right-handers when it comes to playing golf. I'm going to talk about being right-handed. So for you left-handers, I'm sorry, but you'll be well used to it by now. So whenever I say left, you're thinking right. Whenever I say right, you're thinking left. We know this, it's all fine. We're going to get that left hand on the golf club first. Now for me, the left hand is the important part of the grip. Not to undermine it too much, but the right hand, for an awful lot of this, it's on there just for the ride, for a bit of balance. It shouldn't affect your golf swing too much. The left hand though, it's the direction hand. It's the hand that basically decides where the golf ball's going to go. Now, with the left hand, I'm going to try and get it so it runs through my fingers, okay? I don't want these palmy sort of grips where we're almost holding it like we're holding a baseball bat or holding it like a mallet. No use whatsoever. The golf grip is a finger grip. It's a very light touch grip, and that's where you get your finesse from. So we're going to try and hold this club down through the fingers there, okay? And I'm going to wrap those fingers round. I've got no palm on the golf club whatsoever. Now, when I come to this view, my idea is that when I hold the club, when I look down, I don't want to see any fingers. I don't want to see any of this, but on the opposite side, I don't want to see an awful lot of the top of my hand either, okay? That's too weak, too strong, okay? So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and hold this golf club so it's very much just, the thumb is just down the right hand side. I'm basically just rotating my hand until I've covered the tips of my fingers. I can't see them anymore. What that's done is, that's got me holding the golf club in a nice position. I really want to feel almost like I'm just holding it between the thumb and the forefinger on the left hand. Look, I've even lifted my fingers off here, right, to show that. Okay, they just wrap in. But it's very much, the grip is pinching between the thumb and the forefinger. I've got a line here, a V shape, running from down here through my right shoulder. That's really very much the plan. Now the right hand's going to pop on. Obviously we want the right hand to be in contact with the left hand. Again, it's going to be through the fingers. We'll get the thumb sitting on top of the left thumb. We'll wrap the fingers round, and this is where it gets interesting for some others as well. There's 2 or 3 ways that we can sort of position this left pinky finger. The first one is just to do an overlap. The second one is just to have 10 fingers, or the 8-finger grip, the baseball grip, where you just have your fingers touching each other. And the third one, and I think the most commonly used one, is the interlock grip, where we interlock the pointing finger, the index finger on the left hand, with the small finger on the right hand, and there we go. And we create this handle where we've got a V running up through the right shoulder, okay? So really, it's as straightforward as that, but let me show you what it can do. Now, just a quick one on pressure. Please do not hold the golf club too tightly. About 30 to 40%, so 3 or 4 out of 10, nothing more. I've got a nice little tool here that I'm just going to pop onto the golf club. It's a magnet. And hopefully it should show you what happens if I hold the club incorrectly. So I'm going to hold the golf club strong, okay? I'm going to hold it so I've got my hand way too much over the ball, way too much over the club. My right hand's now wrapped underneath. Now I can hold it there, but really we'll find out what happens when I lift the club up and I bring it back down over, and I've sort of neutralized. Look where the golf club is now pointing. We can see where the line, the black line, is pointing down, okay? Now that's just on a horizontal, on a level. What I know from that is that for me to get any sort of good direction there at all, I'm gonna have to really manipulate what I do with the golf club. Look how weird my body shape is now, to try and get anything working straight towards target. Now, equally, I can go weak, and I can go underneath the golf club, really weaken out the hands, even maybe wrap that hand too much, and yeah, we all know what's going to happen. I'm going to lift the club up over my hands and over my head to neutralize. I'm going to bring it back down, and now look where the black line's pointing. The black line's way up to the sky, so I'm now off to the right hand side. I'm aiming way off to the right hand side here. The ball's going to go high into the sky. Now that's all because of a weak grip. That's nothing to do with anything in my golf swing. So before we even swung the golf club, I'm in a bad position. The best one is to try and neutralize those fingers. Just rotate the hands until you just hide the fingertips. There we go. I've got a nice grip there. I'm going to hold on with the right hand. Just get it sitting comfortably on top. Okay, I'm going to lift up the club. I'm going to bring it back down, and fingers crossed. Yeah, we've got it pretty good. It's now pointing where we want the ball to go. The leading edge of the golf club is pointing straight up to the sky. When I set it down here, when I come around here, I know that the golf ball is going to go in the direction I need it to go in. So it's just a quick one. It's a very straightforward one. Absolutely happy to come and speak to me about that. I really want to try and help people with grip, because I think when we do lessons, I look at the first thing I look at is a grip, and often it's the one thing that we need to change first before we can do anything else. Lessons are always available online through the booking system. Come in and book them in the shop, or even just send me an email. I'm always available. Clinics are still running busily as well, so that's great. And we're just at that time in the year. We're in winter, maybe less time to play golf in the afternoons, etc. But a really good time to practice, get that golf game ready for the upcoming spring and leading into championship season as well. Thanks a lot for listening. Take care. We'll see you soon.